He is. That's the live timing tower on the left-hand side of your screens then. At the moment, this man, Maverick Vinales, untouchable. 4/10 and a bit clear.
It's amazing. 4/10 faster than all of the best riders, you know, in the world on the best machinery. Wow.
It's pretty close actually behind Maverick, from Bezzecchi down to Bagnaia, 2nd to 10th. There's only just over 2/10 splitting the best of the rest, but Maverick just completely moved the goalpost, didn't he? As you mentioned, he does love this circuit. 3rd last year for one of only 5 of his Aprilia podiums. He does have 4 pole positions here as well, so not is he just a really good racer around Misano. When he has to find that explosive hot lap for qualifying as well, he can deliver. He's delivered so far, and some, hasn't he, for the factory Aprilia team. Will anybody be able to get, not beat it, but even get close to that 1:39.72?
Well, the riders have got their banker lap in, and now's when you go to risk it, Matt.
This young man's doing a fantastic job, isn't he? Pol Espargaro. Superb 6th place in that sprint in Austria, and it just seems like day by day Pol is just getting back to what was his peak physical best. I think the nerve problem that he had in his neck, which is causing all kinds of problems when he first came back after those career-threatening injuries in Portimao, they've all been sort of eradicated now.
How's this for a blast from the past? Marc Marquez chasing Dani Pedrosa.
Yeah, it really is a flash from the past, isn't it? Brilliant. Of course, they were teammates, weren't they, in HRC 10 years ago now, when Marc came to MotoGP back in 2013 as a rookie sensation.
Bradl.
On the inside then of Stefan Bradl go Pedrosa and Marc. And I think it's fair to say, particularly after Aragon one year, that it wasn't all harmonious inside that HRC garage. Of course, they are full of, always had great respect for each other, but it's all fair to somebody's got. Is that Ralph Fernandez? There's been a small tip off there in turn 14. I think it may well have been the Crypto Data RNF rider of Ralph Fernandez. It was such a small tip off. He's immediately been able to pick it up. I think he might have been just trapped underneath that bike. It was at such slow speed that he was just able to pick it up and crack on. Yeah, he was down at turn 14.
I think Marc struggled to get it stopped here. He's throwing everything at it, trying to stay, but Danny's just pulling away.
Oh, Pol Espargaro. We were just bigging him up, weren't we? Turn 15, that's a big crash.
Sore shoulder.
That's a big old crash there going through 15. That's where Pecco Bagnaia, of course, lost the World Championship 2 years ago when there were delirious scenes for Fabio Quartararo. It's a different Quartararo though coming into Misano 2023. Jorge Martin. This is a really good lap, but at the moment still nothing for the 1:30.972 set by Vinales. Martin's got Binder for company just behind him. Dani Pedrosa, look at this from the little samurai, potentially delivering a big lap here in Misano. We pick him up coming out of the Tramonto corner, attacking hard there now towards the jaw-dropping 280km/h tip in turn 11. Marc Marquez trying to hang on to the back of his former Honda teammate. Let's track Pedrosa then deep into this 3rd sector. He comes, the 37-year-old Spaniard, a winner of 54 Grand Prix, 31 in the Premier Class. He's lost time in the 3rd sector. We were dreaming though when he was going to take top spot here with a new all-time lap record.
Marc's is a good lap too. Yeah, it says the estimated 2nd, but you can tell his gap closing up to Danny. He's going well.
This could put Marquez inside that top 10. Over the line he comes. It certainly does. It's put him inside the top 3. Look at that. Marc was really pumped with that one. He was having to take some big risks there, wasn't he, to go with Dani Pedrosa on the KTM. So Pedrosa 2nd, Marquez 3rd. They are starting to close in now on Vinales. Jorge Martin is the man to be watching.
Oh, that's big.
That's Aleix Espargaro. Is that in 15 as well? That could be in turn 15, where his brother Pol Espargaro has just had a pretty heavy crash as well. This is going to bring out the yellow flags too as well, and that could cost Jorge Martin, because Martin was absolutely flying. In fact, he's lost time in the 3rd sector. It's sector 4 where the yellow flags are out. Bagnaia, he's got this lap then. It's now or never for Bagnaia, because he's been pushed back down to 12th place. 6th place he goes, but surely that's going to be busted for the yellow flag for this crash for Aleix Espargaro. Bagnaia then on his last flying lap. Surely that last lap won't count, because he'd come through the yellow flags for the Aleix Espargaro incident. Martin, Binder also on their last flyers. Let's keep a close check. Aleix Espargaro was very slow to his feet there, wasn't he, after that heavy crash at 15.
To Gin and Tony up to 9th.
Yeah, Bagnaia Bagnaya's lap has gone. Sorry, Simon, down to 14th. And so as you mentioned, it is now or never. Into turn 14, Aleix Espargaro goes. That went so early. How many times have we seen that front end crash at turn 15, Simon? It's so easy to happen when you're pushing home.
Yes, yeah, really. Basically, you're getting it all the way to the right side of the track and flicking it left, and the front folds.
Front goes from underneath him, but pretty much bang on 130 kilometres an hour there. So checkered flag is out, and Aleix Espargaro is definitely going to be in Q1. Talk about the highs and lows as a Grand Prix motorcycle race. So 5 days after he completed the fairy tale double on home soil in Catalonia. It's a painful start, an uncomfortable start for Aleix Espargaro here in Misano. He's going to have to go into Q1 tomorrow morning.
Also, it's...
Oh, Bezzecchi has snatched it late on here, potentially.
Wow.
What a last lap that was by Marco Bezzecchi. Here comes Bagnaia then. Is he going to find a lap good enough to get himself inside that top 10? Over the line he comes, 12th, the world champion is. He goes 5th. Absolute kudos, massive shout out to Bezzecchi and Bagnaia. After the nightmare they had in Barcelona 5 days ago, Marco Bezzecchi has just bettered Maverick Vinales' all-time lap record. No wonder it's high fives all round in Mooney VR46.
Yeah, the whole VR46 crew right at the end, including Luca Marini, you know, improved their times. But Bez with an injured left hand going so far under the lap record, that is awesome. With
the boss watching trackside as well, Valentino Rossi here. So many great stories then to cover on what's been a fantastic Friday here to kick off this Red Bull Grand Prix of San Marino. Marco Bezzecchi will take the headlines, and deservedly so. An all-time lap record of 1:38.46. He's just the second man in history to find a sub 1:31. But Dani Pedrosa, third as a wild card at the age of 37 on the factory Honda. Absolutely awesome. Rolling back the years just like he did at the Spanish Grand Prix in Jerez. Dani Pedrosa then inside the top 3 with a 1:31.101. He would never have lapped Misano any quicker than that in his illustrious career. Marc Marquez was 6th. That's great. Look at that.
Thanks for the toe, Danny. Yeah. Thanks for the toe. I think Marc just did the best ever lap he's done around here as well.